Hello world, you're watching 80s Music Twin Ranked. I'm Joel.
I'm Chris.
Today we're talking about Robert Plant, and if you happen to want to see our top 10, just fast forward to
Has anybody...
Well, a lot of people can't stand us talking. It does say Joel and Chris talk.
We eventually get to the top 10. It's
Top 10 is in the back of the video, so shoot forward. If you want to hear about Robert Plant, though, right now.
Yeah.
So... We could
do that. I don't know if people would like that if we just go, you're number one, and then just go through the top 10 list.
No, I wouldn't want to do that. Well, I mean, some people do that, and then they have the videos, and we don't have the videos. Go see the whole videos. That's why we recommend the song. You go find them. Anyways, thanks to
We also have jokes. We tell jokes every now and then. Well, they're not jokes. We say funny things.
Okay, it says us. Okay, so thanks to Phil Collins that we could even do a video for Robert Plant. Because after Led Zeppelin dissolved, obviously John Bonham died, so they had to call it quits. Robert Plant was not going to continue in music. And then Phil Collins, he successfully transitioned out of a band to a solo career, so who better to get advice from? Told Robert Plant, hey, you should do it. If he didn't do that,
he didn't. Well, no, he did. He was only on the first two albums. His Robert Plant's first two solo albums.
Yeah, contained half the songs had Phil Collins as
Pictures at 11 and Principles of
the Moment.
Okay, so he only did like 5 songs each album.
Yes.
Now this makes sense to me now. I didn't realize this, but I know in one of our previous videos, either Queen or Duran Duran, when we talked about Live Aid, I had mentioned that Phil Collins played for Robert Plant.
Yes.
For a couple songs, and I think it didn't go well because Robert Plant was like, was he high or he was drunk or something?
I don't know, but they're British, so I'm guessing they don't look like two people that would hang out together. And there you go. He's like, I had a good drummer in John Bonham. Who can I get? Well, obviously Phil Collins would be a pretty good drummer, right?
It amazes me. He didn't write now. He wrote lyrics to Led Zeppelin songs, but not until the second album.
Now, he was going to become a teacher. After he was already famous being the Led Zeppelin singer, can you imagine going into that classroom?
Yeah, he applied for it. There, he was going. I think he was accepted.
He was accepted. But I imagine showing up for class. Who's your teacher? Robert Plant.
Led Zeppelin
yeah,
singer.
right.
Yeah.
What'd he teach? What'd he teach?
Not a musical instrument. I don't think he plays.
Would you be the music teacher? Maybe.
But he doesn't play anything.
He does. He played. If you watch Hurting Kind,
okay,
he plays the guitar. Now, if he was at a prop or did he play it, I don't know. But I'm assuming it was something he plays. He probably played something else. While he was
on his Wikipedia page, it usually says the instruments people they can play. It didn't say anything.
Okay, well,
it did say musician, but
Led Zeppelin songs have a lot. I mean, even "Stairway to Heaven." What is that? It's not a flute. Is that a flute?
Does it begin? Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's a flute, and I think they have a multitude of different types of instruments. Somebody learned keyboards too. I think it was the bass player, probably. John Paul Jones learned the keyboards. Anyway, so we're going to do something different next week. Just to forewarn you. We're not even going to give hints. We are going to give
something
you our top
related
10.
to Robert Plant.
We are going to,
that's right.
We are going to give you our top 10 for Led Zeppelin. Technically, they're similar to the Eagles. Long Run, their last album came out in 1979, but they did have a charted song.
And then their singers did solo careers.
Yeah, but their charted song was in the 80s, right? 1980 was the slow song, I Can't Tell You Why, right? Led Zeppelin's song, Fool in the Rain, was charted in the 80s, even though their last album was 1979. So, they're like the Eagles. We're going to do Led Zeppelin's top 10. But today, it's Robert Plant's solo career.
I guarantee you. Now, the world would say the greatest song from... They even say the greatest song ever, maybe.
I don't know. I watched...
Stairway to Heaven will probably not be in our top 10.
And again, it does get faster toward the end.
Yeah.
So, it's not like slow all the way through. But yeah, the slow part does ruin it. Let alone the implication that you can
I got the beginning down. Do 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 do. I got that.
Oh,
down.
you could do it. Okay.
Like guitar. Or Mike Myers tried to do it in Wayne's World, and they stopped him and just signed says "No Stairway to Heaven" on the wall. He's like, denied.
Interesting you mentioned that because Robert Plant, as a solo artist, sang "Louie Louie" in Wayne's World 2. So I don't know. You know, remember they had the benefit concert?
Yeah, they had a concert they put together.
He must have been one of the singers in it. So Chris Farley was like the security guard or something like that. All right, so might as well take the movies. Did he have any movies? I think he had a song in White Nights, which was also
Bringing Down the House or something like that. I can't remember exactly.
I don't think it was ever.
I think it was called Bringing Down the House.
I don't think they put singles specifically out for the movies, but he sang a song in that movie.
I had saw the movie at the theater called Sea of Love with Al Pacino, and I could swear that song was played in it. I don't know if it was the Honey Drippers, because wasn't it a cover song?
It was a cover song, and so was the other Honey Drippers song. Rockin' at Midnight was a cover song. I forget.
So the song for that might have been the other band that did it. So.
Right. And so that was with who? Kevin Spacey?
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino. Did Kevin Spacey do a Sea of Love or no? That was probably something else similar title. I can't. Like the Bobby, what's his face?
Yeah, I think he played a singer. Yeah.
Okay. All right, but that's unrelated. All right, and then the last movie that I can think of is if you like the Shrek series. Have you ever seen the Shrek series?
Yes.
Okay. The third one, where all the women princesses attack the castle. It's done during with the immigration song in the background.
Well, Thor.
Oh yeah, Thor did it too. Right.
Ragnarok has the immigrant song when he was attacking. So
and you could probably find bunch of times where Led Zeppelin songs.
But that's Led Zeppelin, not Robert Plant.
Right, I know that. But I want to mention movies. What else? Okay. So yeah, we got nothing Weird Al-ish for Robert Plant, but he did Led Zeppelin. Did he? You know the list more than I do.
No, I don't recall any Weird Al.
All right. So, if you were to buy a Robert Plant album, which one would you buy?
Probably the one with Heaven Knows.
Which is Now and Zen.
Now and Zen, yeah, 1988.
And that one, that's my favorite too.
That's got Tall Cool One, I believe.
It's got Tall Cool One, Heaven Knows, and your favorite Ship of Fools. Not his favorite. But, you know why I like
Ship of Fools was played in a Miami Vice episode.
It was. You know what I like about that album? You know what album's really good when you get the album, and it's not just the hits that are good. That album has a ton of good songs on it that didn't even chart. I mean, some supposedly got airplay. I don't remember the alternate stations that we didn't listen to. But that's a really good album all the way through. All right, followed by a crappy album. Manic Nirvana, other than Hurting Kind.
Is that what, did that have, or is it the one after it had 29 Palms?
No. The one, yeah, that was the Fate of Nations had 21.
And that was pretty much his,
29
that was pretty much his last hit on the radio.
No, actually, it wasn't.
Did I recall?
That we recall.
Okay.
He actually had a song, pull my shirt up, called Most High in 1998 from his Walking in Clarksdale CD. Who knows? I don't. If it was on, I don't remember it. But and then he paired up with Alison Krauss for a country album, which her album, even though he was on it, her album was up for like 5 different Grammy Awards and won them all.
And we had just saw it 3 weeks ago. We had saw him on TV performing at a concert.
You know what that was? That was this one right here, Band of Joy.
Okay.
That happened 12 years ago. That one it's like Fleetwood Mac's The Dance that's always on the channel that we see. It's obviously didn't happen yesterday. And it was mainly Led Zeppelin songs, right?
Pro.
Yeah. Okay, so what I do like is Now and Zen we both like. We agree that's the one we would buy. Jimmy Page is on it.
Yeah.
For both of the good
after he had a solo career, but then they got together for Page Plant.
Page Plant. They had
Plant Page,
No
whatever.
Quarter. That's the album. No Quarter.
Unleaded.
Gallows Pole apparently charted on.
No,
that.
I like their tour was called Unleaded.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's not Led
Not
Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin.
He would not play Led Zeppelin songs
when
in
he was doing
concert
solo career. Yeah.
for the longest time, and then somebody finally talked him into it. So, from the first time you remember hearing Robert Plant, probably the same time I'm on MTV, and they wouldn't stop playing Big Log.
Yeah, and I have it pretty high on my list, and you didn't
And I
have it at
can't
all.
figure that. Well, good. Yeah, you know what? I'm like, how can you? The reverse. You don't have Hurting Kind very, very high, and it's so similar to Tall Cool One. I'm like, what do you like about that song and not that song? But they sound almost identical. Maybe that's why, because it's identical. Okay. Little by Little.
That one I got sick of. I remember that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
50 years.
But you know what? There's parts of that song that are really
I
good.
can breathe.
Yeah, but the drum part where he
I can
goes,
breathe again.
you know, but the middle section with the drums,
Yeah.
where he goes,
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
But In the Mood, Phil Collins is the drummer on that,
I saw that.
which doesn't sound like a Phil Collins drummed song, but he was everywhere. He helped Howard Jones and all sorts of people. So wouldn't get any of the other ones. You know, he did a good job of not sounding like Led Zeppelin.
Oh yeah, he sounds really different than anything really on the radio. I think he's got his
Almost
own...
like he was so sick of the hard rockness and went to soft and mellow.
Yeah, he definitely has his own style. I thought when re-listening to all these songs,
Yeah,
he doesn't sound like anybody.
he doesn't, and he's I think he's still going at it. Okay, so technically, the Honey Drippers would not be part of his solo.
You watched the videos just like I
did.
And that is a weird video. He's on a dock.
He's just standing
He's
there.
just standing there behind
and
sheets.
he's not face
And
front. He's sideways.
He's like, and he's looking at us singing.
and there's a guy behind him in a Speedo.
And at one point they
with
show
a
that guy.
xylophone, and he's literally not. I think he played it once. He went,
No, but at one point they showed that guy by himself for like 2 seconds.
so
That was a weird video.
that was a weird video. And the other one, "Rockin' by Midnight," I know you like. It's in your top 10. It's not in mine. That song is over 6 minutes long, and I think that's why I didn't include it. But yeah, let's go with the band. So it's Jimmy Page, him, and Jeff Beck.
Yeah.
Obviously, none of them play drums, so they don't include the others in any special.
And
category.
that's neat because before Led Zeppelin, Jimmy Page heard Robert Plant singing and
Okay.
like, how is this guy not big yet?
Right.
And he asked Robert Plant if he wanted to be part of the New Yardbirds. With Jeff Beck was it.
Oh yeah, and Eric Clapton, right?
And, well, Jimmy Page was so that's a cool connection because then when they started, they started New Yardbirds, but then they changed their name to Led Zeppelin.
Right. Okay, so Sea of Love and Rockin' at Midnight. Okay, then how many other times did they pair up with Page? Because it seems like he kept coming back.
Yeah.
we said the one with No Quarter. He was on the solo.
He had to keep doing it because, like, what I say is true. They're like, okay, who's gonna play guitar? You play guitar? No, I don't play anything. I just sing. Hey, I guess Jimmy Page.
There's a boatload of magazines that rank him high up. One said he was the best singer.
Yeah, and I saw another.
I wouldn't say he was the best singer out there.
Yeah, they did. I did see a list where it said all these people were ranked as a good better frontman. Robert Plant was their influence. So,
I know. It even said Geddy Lee was influenced by him, which I'm not sure. Yeah, he can hit the high notes of Robert Plant.
No, but it's possible that every time they said that is because when those guys got interviewed and said, "Who's your influence?" they all said Robert Plant.
Well, when you're put on the spot, you probably just think of the first famous
Oh,
guy
yeah.
that comes to your mind. Oh, I wasn't ready for that one. Robert Plant. Anyways, so we're going to offend everybody from the 70s. I think, at least I think this. I don't know if you think this, but I prefer listening to Robert Plant's solo career stuff more than Led Zeppelin. Even though we know probably a ton more Led Zeppelin stuff.
Well, I'm on the like I like Led Zeppelin, but only like half their stuff.
Yeah, when you go watch Mojo and it lists the top 10 Led Zeppelin songs,
And I
agree
like
with
their,
maybe 3 of them.
And I like their later stuff better than their earlier
Yes,
stuff.
yeah, because they changed some of their instruments. They added some of the well, they were trying to change. They knew the heavy metal stuff they were doing was veering into hard rock and roll, so
Yeah.
they weren't considered that. So, anyways, but Robert Plant, he kept with the times. So, why Big Log is his top charted song is beyond me. I know you like it.
I don't know why.
That was,
Because and you like you're the one wrong in this.
Did you like it when the video came out? Because I'm like, I think I would be like,
I think we
turn the
watched. No, I think we watched it all the time. Okay, so he pulled us in a gas station that looks like it's been closed for 5 years or whatever.
Right.
And so I think he just needs water because his radiator's like, steaming. Like, how long you been driving like that? Your engine probably is trash. And then when he finally does leave at the end, then a woman pulls in. Same scenario. Like,
that makes that song. Ooh, that's awesome.
no, I'm just saying for the video.
Okay.
That did. The fact that he's walking around and he's the man.
I like Tall Cool One. It's a video. I think it's a roller coaster in the video, right? At least I think it might have multiple videos. One has a roller coaster, right? That song was also used for a Coke commercial because he was talking about a Tall Cool One. So when I said last week, go get a Tall Cool One, I'm not talking about beer. We don't drink alcohol, but go get yourself a.
It could be a tall cool one just means it's a drink. You have a tall glass and it's cold. That's all I mean. It could be lemonade.
And I'll just throw this out there: if you're smart and you get a drink at a restaurant, always say no ice because it'll become to you cold, right? And it won't be watered down.
Well, yeah. If it's a fountain drink, the fountain drinks are usually cold when they come out of the.
I can't stand when they give you all that ice. If you were to hold the ice and pour it into the cup, here's how much pop you got.
All right, and then if you don't drink it all. And then 5 hours later, it's really watered down.
That's right. So don't do that. Public service announcement. Don't get ice.
Yes. Just say, can I get a Coke with no ice?
That's right. All right. Anyways, let's get to our top 10.
Top 10. That won't include Big Log.
Okay. Honorable mention. Both of us lose 2. Okay. You lose Rockin' at Midnight, and I already said it's because it's 6 minutes long. I didn't include it in my top 10, so that fell out. Still a good song.
Yeah, but have you gone to concerts?
Why?
Have you ever been to a concert?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
usually start 7 or 8 o'clock. By 11 p.m., I'm like, hurry up and get this over with so we can go home.
Yeah.
I usually don't want to rock at midnight. I like midnight. I want to be in bed. And let's say you're at home or had a party and you're rocking at midnight, the neighbors call the police. I'm just saying. That's you can get a ticket. That's a noise complaint.
And then the other song that you like is Pink and Black. Which I did not know that was a song by him, and then I'm like, it was a pretty good song.
Okay.
Still outside my top 10, but I like that one. The 2 I lost, Ship of Fools. You told me that better not be in the top 10. Although, come on, if you want to learn guitar, that is actually a cool song. I'd want to learn that if I played guitar, and then drums come in. It's pretty cool too. All right, so Ship of Fools, and then. Burning Down One Side.
Oh, that's. I said burning down the house.
Right.
That's
Burning Down One Side is probably the song that sounds most like a Led Zeppelin song.
Burning down the house would be Talking Heads.
Yes. So, and I think he said something about trying to sound like Talking Heads. He heard Talking Heads.
Oh yeah, I did remember.
I forget what that was at. Anyways, so burning down one side, and I didn't remember hearing that before Big Log, but it actually came before Big Log. So it's on one of his first two, probably the very first one, burning down one side. One side of what? I don't know. It burned down one side. Where?
Ship of Fools. He was obviously talking about, like McHale's Navy or
There,
the Love Boat. There's the Ship of Fools.
there is an old movie called Ship of Fools. I think it won an
Oh, yeah.
Academy Award for something. George Segal was in that.
Would you want to be stuck on a Ship of Fools?
No.
Because that boat sounds like it's going to sink.
Yeah, there's also the clown car that can fit 15 clowns in it, even though it looks like 2 people fit in it. Oh, that's the same or not. Okay, number 10. Yes, it made the list. Big Log.
Big Logger.
Okay, you have it at 2. James.
Which it should be.
And
It should be number 2, not 10.
I have it at 17.
I know, you already told me.
So somehow, even though I voted 17, it still made the list.
Yeah. Again, you're the one wrong on this.
All right. That came from Principle of Moments, and number 9 also comes from Principle of Moments, and that would be In the Mood with the Phil Collins drumming. That video is stupid as well. They're in a shack. I don't get that kind of song.
The hip hop dancers.
The hip hop dancers doing their moveset. That makes no sense at all. And then you have those women doing the background,
Yeah.
and they're doing their cleaning duties. One's ironing, one's doing dishes, one's dusting probably. Okay,
Yeah.
so I have that one at 12.
Man, when you say I'm in the mood, everybody knows what you usually are thinking about. That's all he's thinking about. He's in the mood for a melody. Yeah.
You have it at 5, so that's another one why it came this high. It's because of you.
Oh.
Okay, next song comes from The Fate of Nations. This is I Believe, which I like the beginning.
This was written about his 5-year. He had a 5-year-old that died.
He has 2 songs about his son.
All My Love, which was 11.
Carrick, starting with a K, I think his name is.
Carrack. Yeah.
Carrack.
And it was named from some folklore, Carattacus or something like that. And he shortened it to Carrack.
Oh, okay. All right, but it's I Believe. And I have this one at 4, so I really like this one. And you have it at 13. So these first 4 songs, we disagree with. But it's, Fated Nation. So you get the first ones up here. Pictures at 11 and Principle of Moments. Pretty similar, but he's at his start. Honey Drippers was good. Were all those cover songs, you think? The whole CD? I would imagine.
The whole CD, maybe.
I would imagine they are. They're trying to
if
sound
the 2
like,
hits were.
they're trying to sound like the past, And then he did Shaken and Stirred. And then 3-year gap. And that's when he got good to me. It was to me it's mediocre up to here, and then Fate of Nation's really good. Manic Nirvana, how it plummeted.
I was looking at when I saw Manic Nirvana. I'm like, I'm gonna look up Nirvana, the band Nirvana,
Okay.
to see when they formed, because I'm like, did they get their? But they formed before 3 or 4 years before the album.
Really?
So
But they weren't.
They already had. But they had their name already.
Okay.
Because I was gonna say, hey, that'd be cool if we called ourselves Nirvana because of the Robert Plant album, but they didn't.
But they had that crap. Manic Nirvana is pretty crappy. Other than the song Nirvana and Hurting Kind, which you don't like, so maybe you don't agree. You agree it's crappy. But the CD.
I like it. I barely remembered it.
The CD though sucks. I've listened to the whole CD. Like now and then, all the other songs are good. Manic Nirvana, the other songs suck. And then they went back to Fate of Nations. It was good again. I don't know. Maybe he was trying something different and it failed. Okay, so from Fate of the Nations, I Believe. And then Manic Nirvana would be our next one. So that's 7, number 7. Hurting Kind, and in parentheses, I've got my eye on you. songs, I don't know why they like to do that.
Yeah,
why not just call it Hurting Kind? You still say, I got my eye on you. Why does it need to be in the title?
I got my eye on you.
Nope.
Billy Squire.
That's one eye. This is two eyes. Eyes, plural. Okay, I have this at 2. You have it at 15. So this is my big log.
Right, yeah.
So we flip it, although you like it better than I like big log. Okay, and that was from 1990. So I would say what? Most of these probably came from the 80s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. And then 4 from the 90s. All right, next one. Number 6. The only song from Shaken and Stirred. So it's not James Bond's
Stirred, not shaken.
Shaken, not stirred, yes. Shaken and stirred. So you can do both. Does that ruin it? I don't know.
Is it a martini? Is what I want.
So first you do this, and then you do this, then you do this, then you... Okay, Little by Little. Again, Phil... No, that's not Phil Collins. It's not Phil Collins, but it should be Phil Collins. Because we agree. So this is where we start agreeing. I have this at 7. You have it at 8.
You know, here's one thing I have a problem with Robert Plant's lyrics. It's hard to understand what they are when he's singing.
He has a lot like that. But
Yeah, you gotta go look him up because while he's singing, you're like, what did he just say? I can't understand him.
Yes. We have a lot of artists like that.
Yeah.
So if we're not gonna look up lyrics, who'd we just do? Not Wang Chung, but I don't know. Outfield, I told you there was that one song I couldn't understand.
Outfield, I understand everything Outfield.
Yeah, but I mean that one part
Pretty
it sounded like something else to me. Okay, so any particular lyrics you couldn't understand? You thought was something else?
No. I'm just saying when he's singing like Big Lug. Tell me any of the lyrics in the song. He says, "My love is like a freeway."
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. The concept doesn't make sense.
No, I'm saying okay. That line I understand. Tell me something else in the song. Any lyric.
My love.
I can't remember anything. 'Cause I'm like,
he never says Big Lug.
yes, I know. I don't understand why it's called Big Lug.
Because that's why he stopped at the gas station.
I needed to use the restroom. Disgusting.
Okay, next one, number 5. The only song we have on the list from Honey Drippers, and this is Sea of Love. This, I think when it came out, this might have been my favorite Robert Plant song at the time. Of course, we were teenagers then, so you're thinking of, oh, you go to the homecoming dance and dance to it. That's the only song of his you could probably dance to. I have it, so it's a flip of what we just did. You have it at 7, I have it at 8, so we could have reversed the last two, but I put Sea of Love above. This actually, if you include this in his solo career, this is his highest charting song because it made it all the way up.
Yeah, and you hear strings in the back. I like that.
Yeah.
Using strings.
Right. And the guitar solo. And I guess that's Jimmy Page because he's on it. So if does Jeff Beck play bass or guitar?
Probably both, I would assume.
I wonder, because one of them has to be the bass player, right? You would think.
Right, but they probably could interchange. Okay. You can play, usually if you can play guitar, you can play bass, so.
Is that true? Is he lying? Okay, next two come from Fate of Nations. So we actually have more songs from Fate of Nations than we do Now and Zen. But again, the whole CD is good. That's why it's the one we would get. Fate of Nations. The next one, number 4, Calling to You. Both of us have it at number 6. And this is notable probably mainly because we say it sounds like the drummer is doing both a 1, 2, 3, 4 beat and a triple beat.
Yeah, yeah.
So, talent. It doesn't sound like it's hard to play. There's probably parts that can be hard to play on it.
Yeah, it's again referring back to Sting, that one song by Sting,
Yeah,
Justice, and
right. Because it does have tempo changes
yeah.
too, right? So that's why it's up this high. It's not a great song, but because of the intricacies of it,
yeah,
we have it higher. Okay, and then the last one from Fate of Nations for number 3, 29 Palms. I have this at 5. You have 4.
Yeah.
And I don't know, is there specific reasons it's 29 palms? Is that because of the
I
rhyme.
thought it was a reference to something in a poem or book or something like that.
Yeah, I think I've heard that before. I think Jim Belushi.
Yeah. Palms, not psalms.
I think Jim Belushi actually.
Turn to Psalm 29.
If I'm correct, Jim Belushi
Okay.
started a TV miniseries titled 29 Poems, I think. But I don't think this song was part of that because it was before. Yeah. Okay, because this was early 90s. All right, so that takes us to the top 2 songs, both of them coming from Now and Zen. If you notice, we haven't seen a set of Now and Zen songs, but the top 2 are both from there. That's why we buy the CD. Let's see, so we have 2 songs. Which one do you think it is?
Yeah, heaven knows.
Heaven knows.
Heaven knows. Number 2.
Got good women background vocals on that. Screeching guitar part in the middle, right?
Yeah.
And of course,
Does he say heaven knows?
no, I think they do.
They say it every time.
He says anything goes. That rhymes.
Yeah, but I think it's the women that say heaven knows every time. So.
Okay. Oh, that reminds me though. Go back to Hurting Kind, since I just said screeching. Do you remember that part of that song where he's like he sounds like a siren?
Yeah.
That's Hurting Kind.
So, does the title actually make sense anyways?
What? Heaven knows.
Heaven knows. Okay, so people say it.
Heaven's a place.
Heaven's a place. The people in heaven might know, but does heaven know? When they say it there, they're referring to God knows.
Maybe, but I mean, it's like there's a lot of catchphrases or quotes that don't make sense.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
For Pete's sake. Who's Pete?
Yeah, I think that has to do with Peter the Apostle, I think.
Oh, is it really?
I think so.
Okay. Never knows. Alright, both of us have it at number 3, and the reason for that is because both of our number 2s, the other hates.
Yeah, mine was Big Lug and yours was
Hurting
Kind.
Kind.
So.
But it does lead us to our number 1 song, which even though it wasn't ranked the highest, if you were to play this song particularly for people who don't know Robert Plant stuff,
Right.
they would all agree this is the best song of his.
You know what it's... okay, say the title first.
Tall Cool One.
Tall Cool One. Did we already talk about it?
Well, the one we just said, Heaven Knows, and this one, the guitar is played, both guitar solos are Jimmy Page. So that's one reason these 2 are the 2 best.
I'll tell you what the beginning sounds like to me. It sounds like ZZ Top Velcro Fly.
Interesting. Which came first before this?
Just slightly.
And you know what? The video version actually doesn't sound like the CD version. I just listened to it the other day, and you know where it goes, and then the drums come in. That's not in. That's not in the video.
What is that? It's not a saw, is it? What is that?
Well, yeah. I mean, you could take anything down a guitar.
Yeah,
and it screeches. But I love that he combines all sorts of other Led Zeppelin song parts
And
in this song.
Is he singing the part where it's the guy talking? Is that him? You got your tall, cool one. I don't know if that's him.
Maybe, or who does the final part? Wah, wah.
Oh, that's no.
The ocean.
That's samples. That's a sample.
Well, I said he's got like 6
five songs. I counted 5. The Ocean, Days and Confused is in there.
Black Dog is
Black
easy,
Dog, Whole Lot of Lovin'.
because at the back part, right at the end, is like da 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 da.
Yeah.
Wah, wah. But that sounds like the ocean. Wah, wah. Right?
No, the Ocean is That's the Ocean.
Oh, that's the ocean. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, and he keeps saying, "Hey, hey, mom."
Hey, Mom's Black Dog.
Black Dog. Right,
Yeah.
right. So I think Whole Lot of Love's in there.
And yeah, that's
Okay.
Pull out the guitar.
Yeah. So, Tall Cool One, he's referencing Led Zeppelin, even though he said he wouldn't play any Led Zeppelin songs. Maybe by this time he did. I don't know. But Tall Cool One, you agree, it's the best. We disagree on the second of it. I'll say Heaven Knows. That's the second best. But that's our list. And again, just to let you know, next week we're gonna do Led Zeppelin songs.
Yeah, and most people probably know Led Zeppelin more than they do Robert Plant's solo career.
Yes. And again, we agree on the top 2 songs. You thought that list was different? Well, actually, you know what? We agree more on our top 10 for Led Zeppelin than we do Robert Plant.
Yeah.
Only 2 songs
They're
are
all over the
different.
place.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they're like the Beatles. There's like 40 songs that the radio plays, not consistently. Like House is a Holy, I heard like every single week. So I don't know if they still do that, but yeah. All right, so that's Robert Plant. You agree, and next week you'll disagree. Because there's Led Zeppelin fans that was like, you suck. So
next week we'll get the lid out.
we always have to do something.
See ya. Bye.